Welcome to my Wrestling Dontaku review of days 1 and 2. Just a little non-spoiler review. Day 1, you could honestly just watch the main event. Was not a fan of that show, but day 2 was a hell of a show. I would start, start with the fucking opener. Watch the old show. Just watch the main event of day 1, and then day 2, watch the whole damn thing. So, with that being said, now let's get the spoiler version now. So if you don't want to be spoiled, look out now. Alright. We got Wrestling Dontaku Day 1. We got a card and a half right here, my god. This show, before I bury it some more, this show shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't have. Should have just been a one-day show. And I think most of the masses out there probably feel the same way. As just day 1 just really had nothing special, especially compared to day 2. Day 2 blew it out of the water, so that's really a big factor in it too. But I will start with the opening. Start with the tag team match. We got the Young Lions team of Tsuji and Yumino taking on Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi. And Young Lions, they jumpstart the match. Good stuff there. Those Young Lions being fired up, ready to go. As Yumino looked good. Again, he's really been impressive for me, what he's been doing lately, these past couple of shows. Chase Owens hits a beautiful package pile driver, though, for the win. No surprise there. As the next match, we got Jushin Thunder Liger, Tiger Mask 4, and Taguchi-san taking on Yuji Nagata and his Young Lions, Narita and Oka. Pretty much a basic match you can get here. Taguchi gets the win for his team with a pin on Narita. As, day 2, Taguchi and one of the Young Lions, I think it was actually Narita again, they were doing a lot of great shit on day 2. But day 1, this one is just very basic. So nothing too spectacular, which can be expected with the Young Lion matches. So there's that. The next match here, we got the Roppongi 3K versus KS and Iizuka 6-man tag. I shit on this match at the preview before it even happened. We'll say this, it shouldn't have happened, but the finish was fucking fantastic. Show it to roll up on Iizuka for the flash win, really just a surprise win over Suzuki-gun. If there was a finish to be done for this match, this is it. This was perfect. No complaints from me for the finish. There, as it keeps, everybody strong, it keeps KS strong, it keeps Roppongi 3K strong, it just kind of is like Iizuka's real old and dumb, there you go. Can't really beat that for a finish. The next matchup here, we got the big 5-on-5 Lion Mark Chaos tag match here. For days 1 and 2, Elgin and Goto were more of the focus of kind of that series, and then Juice and Jay White were the focus of the U.S. title kind of series. So really, that's pretty much it. And Henry and Ishii were being involved and stuff. But the finish of the match here is Blade Runner on Toa Henry from Jay White for the win. If someone's going to take the fall in this match, it definitely would have been Toa Henry's there. There's nothing else he could do there. So we got the, this is probably the first match, like I said in the preview. Like, if you start here, if you're really just, you want to see day 1 more than just the main event, you could start here. If we're being honest, this was a lot of fun throughout the 2 shows. It starts out with Skrull and Fale, which they, they have been a lot of fun. They did a lot of funny stuff. They did a lot of comedy stuff between him and Skrull. Between Skrull and Fale, obviously the biggest and the smallest of the guys in the Bullet Club right now. And start, Skrull trying to body slam on Fale, just like, no, brother, let's not do that. And the Bucks also got involved with it as well towards the beginning of it. Now, some great stuff, some great spots. Triple super kick on Tonga Loa. Nick does a springboard dive from the corner to the outside to take out Tama Tonga and Fale. And Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson hit more bang for your buck on Tonga Loa for the win. And never 6-man tag team champions. I fucking knew it. It was going to be the show. I was going to eventually get it right. Those goddamn never 6-man belts change hands to get the Young Bucks and Mighty Skrull. That's a good little team, so that should go over well. As the next match here, we have the big fucking 5-on-5. Again, another 5-on-5 match. Suzuki-gun LIJ match. Much of this match is Suzuki Gun attacking Naito's leg. That was worked over during his title match at Wrestling Kuni. Evil hits an STO and Kanemaru for the win for LIJ. Yeah, you know, besides the smart strategy of attacking Naito's leg, really nothing too spectacular going on in that 5v5 match. As after the match, Young Bucks come to the ring, challenge Evil and Sanada to a tag team title shot, and they super kick them. And afterwards, you know, Evil is like, they will bring darkness, you know, and is bringing the darkness gimmick. That's going to be a hell of a match. I'm assuming that's Dominion. Just going to take a shot in the dark. That's going to be a lot of fun. As a next match, here we go. We got some better stuff going on here. Now we're going towards the end of the card. We got Kushida and Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada, of course. Great showcase of what's going to happen. A great preview of what's going to happen on night 2. This went a lot longer than I thought it would. They gave this match a lot of time, which was great. Okada counters Kushida into a tombstone, picks him up for the Rainmaker, gets the win for his team. Good stuff there. Nothing to complain about. That was, you know, best undercard match of the show. Easily. As the co-main event, Cody versus Kota Ibushi, the rematch from Wrestle Kingdom 12. As front suplex on the apron from Cody. Ibushi landed right on his dick. Dick first onto the apron. That had to suck. Poor guy. As both men towards the end of the match, they bring a table into the ring. Both guys fight for a spot to put each other through the table. Finally, Ibushi kicks Cody onto the table. He does a double stomp onto Cody. Doesn't really do anything. Those Japanese tables real shitty. Signals for another one. Hits it again. Now the table breaks like a hole in the back, and it fucks up Cody. Like, it could have been a lot worse if Cody would have fell through it, because the piece was hanging on. Like, that could have been really bad. He got some nasty cuts from it. As that could have been really bad. But afterwards, after he picks him up, after the double foot stomp that finally goes through the table, Ibushi hits a Golden Star Bomb. And Cody kicks out 2, surprising enough. Cody then rolls out to the outside, and, like, he just stands behind the barricade. And Ibushi dies on him. Really didn't like that spot. I didn't like the way it was flowed into. It just felt really hokey. It just felt like it was like, oh, Ibushi doing a high spot. Like, you knew it right away. It would have been better if Ibushi would have, like, followed him and then started, like, rolling outside it, then went into the ring and did it. But that's just, you know, nitpick thing. They get back into the ring. Cody hits a crossroads. Ibushi kicks out. And then Cody busts out a vertebraker. I'll be goddamn, for the win. Ibushi, like, lands pretty much on Cody's back. It looks kind of weird. It's not like your traditional, like, where he lands safely onto the mat with his, like, head first. But this, sometimes safely, sometimes unsafely, depending on who's giving it. But that one, he just landed, like, all back. Like, he was nowhere near landing on the mat. So it was very weird looking. The crowd just wasn't as invested as I thought they would be. Because, you know, especially with Night 2, the Night 2 crowd was all about it. Night 2 crowd was definitely 10 times better than this crowd. And just felt like they really didn't give a shit. The finish, they just know nothing. When he signaled for it, when the kickouts were happening. The table spot they popped for, and I think they also popped for the dive, but other than that, that's just hearsay. I mean, what crowd isn't going to pop for a dive to the floor and to a table spot? You know, it's like, it's give or take, but really surprised they didn't give it more of a shit. It was a decent match, but I felt like the crowd could have gave more of a shit. Especially with certain heat up. I mean, at the beginning, it's like, okay, that's fine. You know, it's a slow build, that's okay. But towards the end, they were starting to really get going. And times I was just like, could have been more. But the main event, though, nonetheless, we'll go on to the main event, the Best Bout Machine, Kenny Omega versus Hangman Page. Cody jumps Kenny during his entrance. First couple of moves of this match were a fucking tope to the floor and a moonsault to the floor from the ring post. That's the type of main event we got here. I mean, this was crazy. Rite of passage onto a table that's, like, laying on the floor outside. DDT onto a chair in the inside of the ring. Omega gets color. This was a fight. This was a much different pace from the previous match. Very much enjoyed this. This was definitely the match of the night, without question, for night 1. As Omega hits a Finley roll on the outside, he looks to do that, you know, that sweet jump, like the flawless jump onto the barricade into like a moonsault, but he stumbles. And it really plays into him, just he's fucked. Like, the DDT, and just it gives Page enough time to roll out. and get out of the way. Just a great psychology spot there. Stuff like that, just it's a little thing sometimes where it's just like, that was a great spot. As then afterwards, slingshot layered over the barricade from Hangman Page. Omega rolls into the ring, powerbomb onto Omega, and he kicks out. I mean, this was like the first 5 minutes of the match. That whole sequence I just laid out, crazy, just a fast start. Definitely something that was needed. They were going all out in those opening minutes. Let me tell you. As the finish of the match, One Wing Angel from Kenny Omega for the win. As Omega ends day one with a babyface promo, thanking the fans for coming out, and the goodbye and good night gimmick. As day one shouldn't have happened. I said it at the preview. I'll say it here. Shouldn't have happened. But I mean, they got 7,000 people for this show, so fuck me, right? Fuck putting on great shows. It's all about getting that fucking money. We have day two. We have a 6-man tag team match. Jushin Thunder Liger tagging Mask Ford and Ryusuke Taguchi taking on the Young Lions here. Young Lions jumpstart the match. Those bastards. How dare they attack an old man from behind, though. I'm okay. Drop kick to start the match. Hey, that's okay. But when you're picking on an old man like Jushin Thunder Liger, that's not cool, Young Lions. It's not cool. But Narita here does a beautiful rolling single leg Boston Crab on Taguchi. I mean, this young man was putting on the show. And for me, I always listen to the Japanese commentary, but I did see that the English commentators, who are great, by the way, fucking Don Callis and Kevin Kelly, they're tremendous. They were making a funny bit about the spot. Callis was like, back in WWF 97, they were on telling me to go out there and get over it, brother. Like, those kids, you better watch out. You better not get heat back there in the backstage area. But that was just, that popped me. I figured I'd share that with the world if you didn't catch that. But it's not enough, though. Taguchi counters, and that was a cool little spot, though. They were doing a lot of great stuff there towards the end, makes Narita tap out. Great for a Young Lions match, I'll say that word. But afterwards, Liger, he gets his revenge and beats the shit out of Umino at the end of the match. Stomps the hell out of him. Stomps a mud hole in his ass, as one might say. As the next match, we got a tag team matchup here with Chase Owens and Yujiro Takahashi taking on Yuji Nagata and Oka. And Yujiro, at least to my knowledge, brings out a new lady of the evening with him to the ring, and she was absolutely stunning. I mean, she gets 2 thumbs up from this guy. She was smoking. Hopefully, we get to see more of her in the future. Because, she is a complete babe. But Chase Owens fucking destroys Oka with a super kick going on in the match. My God, like, Oka was on his knees, and he just super kicked the shit out of him. It was awesome. But Oka, at first, reversed a packed pile driver, but then, in the end, Chase Owens, he nails one, gets the pin for Team Bullet Club. How about Chase Owens and Yujiro? 2-0 for this Wrestling Dontaku shows here. So next match here, we got a 6-man tag. Roppongi 3K, Taka Michinoku, Tai Chi, and Iizuka. Iizuka looking to get his revenge from night 1 on show here, and they start biting him in the corner, starts off the match. And Sho and Yo hit Taka with 3K for the win. And again, talking about looking strong, Roppongi 3K looks strong here, and I'm all about it. They get both wins over the Suzuki Gun teams. If I had to compare the two 6-man tags, I'll say, even though I buried that first one, I'd say I prefer that one, just because of the cool flash pin. Whereas here, it made sense. But, either way, it is what it is. It's undercard matches. It's undercard 6-man action. Nothing more, nothing less. The next match, you got a tag team match. Toa Henry, Toga Makabe taking on Tomohiro Ishii and Toru Yano. The rematch from Wrestling Anukuni. And Toa Henry wants to start this off with Ishii, and they trade shots at the beginning. Basically, everything that Ishii and Henry did, I enjoyed it. I really hope they get a Dominion match. It's a long shot, but fuck, dude, I'd be all about it. Ishii hits a brainbuster on Henry for the win. Poor Young Lion. Poor Toa Henry. You learn more when you lose, though. That's the key. That is the key. As the next match here, we got a 6-man tag. Chaos versus Lion Mark team. Juice Robinson, Dave Finlay Jr., and Michael Elgin taking on Hiroki Goto, Yoshihashi, and Jay White. Like I said, to day 1, match of the Chaos Landmark tag match. It very much is Elgin and Goto and Juice and Jay White, the two programs are looking to build towards for the title picture. Which is, those are great. You know, I'm really excited for Jay White and Juice. That's something I'm really looking forward to. Goto and Elgin's going to be fun, but, you know, Elgin, piece of shit, so. Nonetheless, though, at one point in the match, Chaos does their little combination moves, and the Chaos guys, whenever they're in the big-ass tag match, they do this, like, little gimmick. It's like the little 5-second pose gimmick. And usually everybody does it, but Jay White usually doesn't because, like, he's a little, you know, he's off doing his own thing. And they do it, and Goto and Yoshihashi, like, turn to Jay White, like, oh, you're not doing it. Like, come on, man. And the crowd, like, ate it up. Jay White teases it, and the crowd start, you know, they're like, oh, yes, he's gonna do it. And then he rolls outside the ring. They're just like, ah. But I love that, you know, it's stuff, little stuff like that. You know, it's just fine. Especially for the undercard stuff. As I'm glad, you know, like I'll say it again here, the crowd for night 2, they were all about it. As Yoshihashi pins David Finlay for the win. Post-match, Tai Chi attacks Goto with a microphone state. He also gets a shot into Elgin. Jay White goes for a Blade Runner. Juice escapes it, gets out of it, and they're kind of teasing that. Tai Chi getting involved. Maybe they'll do a triple threat? I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe they'll just do one or another, you know? They'll probably do, like, Tai Chi and Elgin at, like, some show. And be like, winner faces Goto at, like, the G1 special. Like, some shit. And the next match, we got the last 5-on-5 of this goddamn toy. Los Ingobernables de Afon and Suzuki Gun. As, you know, I hated this match already going into it. And then they gave Suzuki Gun a stable theme. What the fuck? One of the only redeeming qualities of these big-ass multi-man Suzuki Gun matches is hearing Suzuki's theme. You know, Kaz, now he playing into the multi-man matches. Now you've taken that away from me. Now I'm pissed. I'm fed up. But, because, like, even with Suzuki, it's like probably 80% of his fucking New Japan matches are multi-man matches. So yeah, fuck. Whoever thought of that idea, fuck off. You know, like, god damn it. My one thing I was looking forward to, but now I'm already in the foul mood going into this match, and now that didn't help at all. The Suzuki Gun jumpstart the match during LIJ's entrance during the little aisle way. Lance Archer chokeslams Hiromu from, like, inside the ring onto Sonan and Evil around the outside. Just an awesome spot. I love that. As that was about the only thing I loved about this one. As then Destino onto Kanemaru gets the win for LIJ. And we got post-match. Guys walking, LIJ walking up towards the entranceway. Towards the aisle, Naito slapping hands and stuff. And then Naito gets grabbed by a guy wearing a Bushi mask and a sweatshirt, getting the shit beat out of him. As he gets hit by one of those ultra-safe barricades. Not like the shoot ones, like the ones that are used for the crowd, where, like, up there by the aisleway, where it's just, the plastic is, like, really funny. He gets brought into the ring, gets the shit beat out of him. Then they unmask the Bushi mask. It's Chris Jericho. Oh, they fuck. And Jericho just beats the piss out of him. I mean, is putting the fucking... just beating his ass. He rolls out of the ring, grabs the bell. I mean, beats the shit out of him with the bell. And Jericho, I'll give him props, man. Wearing that Bushi mask, he did the makeup. He went all out. I'll give him credit. He was all about it. Naito's just a bloody mess. And LIJ's got to come out and save him. They bring out the stretcher. Naito is pissed. He finally gets up on his own accord, throws that son of a bitch up into the aisleway somewhere, and it's just, he throws a young boy into, like, the barricade, and he is just, the visual of him, if you haven't seen it yet, you've got to see this. I mean, he is a bloody mess. Just fucking insane. What a spot. Like, that segment was so awesome. I'll give it, even for that shit match, just for having that segment, I'll forgive it. Like, it's just like, there you go. I mean, if they do Dominion, that as the co-main, that's a hell of a card. Like, we'll talk about it more towards the end of this review, but that's a hell of a card if that's the co-main. As the next match here, we got the Bullet Club Civil War. You know, I'll say that it sucks that the OG Bullet Club team didn't use the fucking Bullet Club theme at the beginning, but during their entrance, but I'll digress. As, you know what, going into this, I didn't give this much hope. I was like, this is gonna be something. This is just gonna be, eh. But honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was a lot of fun. Awesome spot here before the match even starts where Kenny throws his shirt into the crowd and Cody goes into the crowd and takes it from the guy who gets it. And he's like, fuck you. You're not getting this shirt. This is genius. I loved it. As playing off from the night before, this starts with Skrull Fale. Again, comedy spots between the two. Great stuff. Awesome exchange from Tama Tonga and Nick Jackson. My god, then Tongalo and Matt Jackson get involved. Just that whole sequence of events between those four was fucking great. Fale teases a dive spot. The fucking commentary put it over huge. That would have been fucking insane. If Fale would have done a dive, even just a double axe handle from the top rope to the floor, that would have been gift of the year. Like, that would have been incredible. That would have been awesome. But, you know, that was awesome that he teased it. As Skrull tries to slam Fale, Fale's weight is just too much for Skrull and he gives away into a splash. Fale gets the win. As Bullet Club is fine afterwards post-match, everybody too sweets, and they play the Bullet Club theme. My wish is granted. You know, it was symbolic. Let it play at the end when everybody it makes up. It's like, we're fine, we're okay. And hopefully, though, I'll say this, because they didn't end this goddamn shit. Cody and Omega, when that happens, if and when, it should, but it's not gonna happen at Dominion, as we all know. Whenever that happens, something has to give, though. You know, there can't be any more tension after this. Like, come on now. Let's end this. Let's end the tension. Let's diffuse the story once and for all. As up next, co-main event, IWGP Junior title match, Kushida and Will Ospreay. Fucking great stuff here. Interesting strategy from Kushida early on, wanting to grapple with Ospreay. Makes total fucking sense. Love that idea. The psychology of it to be like, let's ground the fucking flyer. Let's keep it mat-based. Genius stuff. Kushida tries to throw Ospreay into the barricade. Ospreay jumps over it. Goes for a springboard. Kushida counts it into an armbar. That spot, Kushida catching people into arm bars, will never not be awesome. I don't care. You know, it's fucking great. Ospreay hits a variation of a Sasuke special. Later on in the match, Ospreay's selling the shoulder really significantly here. Just slapping in, just fucking hitting it up against the ring post, or not the ring post, rather, the fucking ring pad. Turnbuckle pad, Jesus Christ. I'll get it right eventually there. Then we see an awesome sequence between the two after Kushida gets out of that new Ospreay move he does, which is called the Stormbreaker. I had to look that up. I didn't know that had a name yet, so once I was like, oh, it's a Stormbreaker. That makes sense. But afterwards, they go to the outside, and we see one of the coolest DDTs of all time in wrestling. Just, this was so cool. Kushida is on the floor, and he does like his little rolling into jumping DDT. And Ospreay's on the apron, and he dives into the floor. Like, it was fucking awesome. Love that. Such a great spot. Springboard Hurricanrana from Kushida. Don't really see that often. Huh? Kushida doesn't really do a lot of springboard stuff. But that gets a 2 count. Strike exchanges from both men. They start ripping off each other's tapes. Both guys are heavily taped up. Kushida hits Ospreay at the end of the sequence with a right hand that was so massively done selling-wise from Will Ospreay. Just, he sold it. Fell like in a court. Like, it was just the way he fell and the way he sold it. Just perfect. Goddamn perfect. But Ospreay hits the Stormbreaker for the win and retains a very good match between the two. Expecting nothing less. Ospreay continues to being on fire this year. Just another killer match. But right afterwards, we get a promo, little Bone Soldier ad vignette. You know, Bone Soldier coming soon. But then we have Tama Tonga coming to the ring. Cuts the promo. Bone Soldier slides in behind Ospreay. Immediately, I knew something was up. I was like, because he was fucking ripped. I was just like, that's not the OG Bone Soldier wearing a fucking t-shirt every time he wrestles. That is somebody new. And he unmasked. And it's fucking Taiji Ishimori. Holy fuck. Like, I fucking lost it. I was just like, what? Are you kidding me? Like, I was... Because a little backstory here on why I was so shocked. As he was a long-time Pro Wrestling Noah guy. During one of my favorite times of Pro Wrestling Noah, during those earliest years, the mid-2000s, and during that Super Junior division, him and Kenta, Marufuji, Ricky Marvin, Hoovy, fucking Kanemaru, anybody else you could think of who would come in. Low-key would come in time to time. A lot of the Ring of Honor guys would come in time to time, like Brian and BJ Whitmer and stuff like that. A lot of fun, just a fun time. Compared to the New Japan Super Juniors at the time, it was like, no, it's way better for that. But I digress. But more so, he was there from like 2006 till recently in March. He asked Pro Wrestling Noah from his release and just kind of like announced he was going to be away from Noah, and he told them that he wanted to go focus more on Impact. Because a lot of guys do this. Sonata's done it before, but a lot of guys, when they ask their promotions, they like, I want to focus more on the United States. Usually they try to do that because they want to be in the scope of WWE. They want to try to get there. But this motherfucker comes around and fucking joins New Japan. Because if he would have told Noah, he would have been like, listen, guys, I want to be in New Japan. That would have caused a lot of heat. And I figured even him joining Impact, I'd be like, he'll be like a Best of Super Junior guy. He'll kind of be like the freelancer. But now, holy fuck. There is people in the Noah office who are not happy about this. That fucking heat magnet, Taiji Ishimori. God bless that man. That's going to be awesome. Taiji Ishimori and Ospreay. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Another thing, too, was expecting Wrestling Dontaku to announce the card, or I guess not the card, the lineup for this Best of Super Junior coming up in, later this month. It's like May 19th, I think, the start of the tournament. And we still haven't had any word of it yet, so hopefully it happens. Hopefully we get something. Either a Lionsgate project or fucking something. As, yeah, that's a lot of interesting developments in that junior division for old New Japan. As we still got a main event here. IWGP title matchup. Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on Kazuchika Okada. And what was the match of Wrestling Dontaku Days 1 and 2 for sure. I was so ready for this one. I was all about it. As fucking Tanahashi, man. Early on, obviously slow build. It's a long match, so really nothing too noteworthy at the beginning, but the first, big time sequence, Okada does his Rainmaker pose. Fucking Tanahashi gets right up in his face. It was just such an awesome moment. Okada's giving him shit back. It's just awesome. Then, super high fly flow from Hiroshi Tanahashi. This is a 41-year-old man doing dives to the floor like it's fucking no problem. God bless that man. Okada, though, after getting hit by it, gets up, hits a tombstone pile driver on the floor. Rainmaker countered into a sling blade. The fucking still face of Okada getting hit by that. I mean, that was fucking awesome spot. Tanahashi hits a tombstone of his own. Goes up for the high fly flow. He hits it. Rolls him on his stomach. Oh, he goes up for it again. Okada gets the knees up, though, that time. Later, Tanahashi tries for it again. This time, Okada is standing. He counters it into a drop kick. Fucking awesome stuff. Okada goes for a Rainmaker. Tanahashi counters into a Rainmaker of his own. And Okada kicks out at one. Holy fuck. That was crazy. And then, finally, Okada hits that Rainmaker. He finally gets it. And Tanahashi is out for the count. It's a 3 count. Tanahashi doesn't kick out of the Rainmaker in this matchup. And still, your IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Kazuchika Okada. Okada makes history. Number 12 is in the books. Most title defenses ever. Fuck yes. Okada is God. Post-match promo. We have Geto saying, the outcome was natural. Nobody can stop the Rainmaker. And just, some other points I didn't want to write down no goddamn promo, to be honest. But Okada's 3 points here. First point, now he can call Hiroshi Tanahashi Mr. Tanahashi, Tanahashi-kun, or Tanahashi-senpai, any way you cut it. He was great, putting over Tanahashi strong. That's awesome. Always nice to see that between those two. Obviously, from fucking over the years. It's always nice to see that. Second, he doesn't really get caught up in the records, but as he goes past number 12, he'll show us what a champion looks like, and that's fucking badass. And then he names off his 12 defenses, so somebody comes out to challenge him, and then he calls out Kenny Omega. It's like, oh shit! And Kenny cuts his Japanese promo, who Omega, he sets up a Dominion challenge. Okada says, no draws, no time limit, let's do it. Omega then replies with, we can do better than that. 2 out of 3 falls. And it was like, Okada's like, alright, you got it, brother. Holy fuck. Mark that down on your calendars. New Japan Pro Wrestling fucking Dominion. 2 out of 3 falls. Okada, Omega 4. Listen, Omega's gonna win. We got it's fucking time. It's gonna happen, damn it. But no, when that happens, when Dominion rolls around schedule, that will be Okada's 720th day as IWGP champion. Jesus Christ. What a fucking reign. As man, what a Dominion card that will be. Main event, Okada Omega 4, 2 out of 3 falls. Assuming we're gonna have, I'm assuming we'll have Jericho and Naito Intercontinental title co-main event. We have the tag team titles, Bucks, Evil, and Sonata. I'm sure Juice J. White's happening for the U.S. title, and I would only assume never open weight. Somehow, some way, Gota's going to defend it against Helgen or Taichi or both of them. That's a hell of a card. But before that, we got Lionsgate Project 12. I'll be doing a preview and review of that. But of course, for the casual New Japan fans, before we go to Dominion, we got to go through the Best of Super Juniors. I cannot wait. One of my favorite times of the year. Best of Super Juniors. I can't wait. That will do it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you for Lionsgate Project 12 and Best of Super Juniors. Take care, everyone.